So Kevin, your video over the last couple days has really just picked up with tons and tons of viewers. I haven't checked in recently. I actually just watched it, but do you know what the viewer count is right now?
I think it was around 250,000. Could be a little bit more. I haven't actually looked in about a couple hours.
So tell me, Kevin, tell me a little bit about how you put this together, and it looks like this wasn't your first time.
No, I started off kind of small. I had like 10 pumpkins, just a standard lights that are inside that blink on and off. That was about 4 years ago, and then I slowly kind of got a little bigger, and now it's a little too big.
A little too big. So tell me a little bit about what kind of work went into this year's display.
Well, for the programming, it takes about 10 to 12 hours of programming for every 1 minute of song. And then as far as the lights, I used all LEDs. I switched from the traditional standard lights to LEDs, so the power consumption is far less. Probably, I'd say about a quarter less more than it was before.
Now, is this the kind of thing where people can drive by and hear it on the radio, or how does it work? Is it strictly for the YouTube video there?
Yeah, for the YouTube video, I dubbed the sound in so it sounded a lot better. Otherwise, you'd hear the cars and the people. But there is a FM transmitter, but I actually don't have it running this year. I have it just going through speakers. The speakers are not really that loud, but you can hear it, and my neighbors don't really mind. They're actually out there every night.
So I was going to say, your neighbors, you must made friends with your neighbors a long time ago to make sure that they didn't mind you doing this.
Yes. Kids, my kids are friends with some of the neighbors, so it all works out good.
Now, tell me a little bit about your background. Like, how did you learn how to program these lights? And do you have a computer programming background?
No, I'm not. No, I get that a lot. Lighting engineer, something along those lines. I'm not in that business at all. It was. Sorry about that.
It's okay. I've got a dog here too. It may start barking at your dog. So.
No, I'm sorry. What were you saying again?
Just wondering about your background. A lot of people wonder, what kind of computer programming skills do you have to do something like this?
I'm computer savvy, but nothing in the background as far as lighting or engineering. I picked it up. I started off, like say, I started off small, just kind of picked it up and just took off from there. It started off as a hobby, but it's kind of getting kind of big there.
So you're a part of a website, Lightorama. So you must be you must talk to other hobbyists about this kind of work. That other people do similar stuff.
Yes, and it's a lot of information on how to do things there. A lot of people share ideas. They show you like videos of things they've tried, so you don't go off and try something that somebody else has done. A lot of information there that can help out for somebody who's just starting.
Now, Kevin, did you ever think that it would get this big? I mean, it seems to really have taken off with this particular display.
No, it was semi-big last year, but it was mostly, from YouTube. Nobody really came by. I mean, I got a few, except for Halloween, but other than that, it did show up on a lot of blogs and everything. But yeah, it really took off, and I think part of the reason was Facebook, and the other reason was that I already had like 4,000 subscribers, so when I posted it, it went out to a lot of people quickly.
Right. And also, YouTube recently introduced this trending feature, and your video's at the top of the trending feature.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it's getting quite the attention. We were going to run it we actually ran it on one of our newscasts today through, I believe, ABC. But just wondering what kind of reaction you've been getting as far as the comments and emails, and tell me a little bit about the interesting things that have happened since you posted this video.
I'm getting a lot of support from my friends and my family, a lot of good comments from Facebook, but I've also read a lot of bad comments too, so that's not always pleasing. Nobody from friends, but just from YouTube. A lot of people can be cruel, but
doesn't bother you?
No, not really.
Why the song choice, LMFAO's Party Rock Anthem? Was that just a song you liked? Why that song?
I was thinking of what song I should do, and my wife walked in and said, "You should do this song." It was at the top of the charts at the time, because it takes a few months to program. And she said, "You should do something." I usually do something that's new. From my previous years, I did like Black Eyed Peas. My kids really enjoyed that music, so it was just something that she wanted me to do, and I didn't really mind doing it. It's a good beat song.
So clearly, from what you've told me, you have a wife and kids. What does your wife think about this?
She really likes it. She was into Halloween just as much as I am. In fact, we're more into Halloween and Christmas, and if you ever look at my YouTube videos, I don't have any Christmas, because it's just after Halloween I'm kind of tired and don't want to do anymore, so I put a few lights out and leave it at that.
So you're pretty underwhelming for Christmas, as people are driving by expecting something spectacular?
Yes, and there's nothing spectacular. But this year, since I went to the LEDs, I don't have to change out my lights. For Christmas, I can use the same lights, other than the pumpkins.
Right.
So I'm going to leave the lights up, and maybe I'll try to come up with something quickly.
I think the most impressive thing about your video is the pumpkin actually singing the lyrics of the song. At least that's the way it appears. How difficult was that to put together?
Actually, I think that's more easy to program than the rest of the house. I can program I can program the pumpkins pretty quickly. I can have it done in like three or 4 days, but the rest of it will take me a month.
Wow. So as far as drive-by traffic, are you starting to get a lot more drive-by traffic as this approaches 1 million hits?
I haven't really noticed it, and it's probably because I haven't really given my address out, but I discovered today that my address showed up on several Facebook community forums, so I'm hoping that it doesn't get too crowded, because I like my neighbors and they like me.
Right, as your neighbor generously offered you this webcam so we could do this interview.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about your big morning tomorrow with Good Morning America?
They've just been emailing me. They said, first they initially told me that they wanted to feature my video, and then they said they wanted to do a live broadcast from the house. I really don't know a whole lot of details other than just a few emails back and forth.
So Good Morning America will be at your house tomorrow?
No, on Sunday, the day before Halloween.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's amazing. How big is this going to get there, Kevin?
I really don't know. You're
having fun, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, yes. I'm having lots of fun.
And the kids, I assume the kids just love this.
Yes. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing it. I love putting on the show, and it's just good times.
Awesome stuff. Okay, I really appreciate you taking some time and doing the Skype interview with me, and all the best to you this week, and as far as the ABC interview goes, and any other interviews that you do.
Okay.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
All right.